you'll oftentimes be in a basin, and you'll see the ranges out in the distance. And that's because Nevada is pulling apart. Now, what else is happening to Nevada? California is on this side of us. There's a big fault over here. What fault is that? The San Andreas Fault. And is California moving north or south? Really, tell me, because I can't remember.
Western part's going north.
The western part is going northwest.
Northwest. Yeah.
And we're moving south. Okay. So, that's a slip fault, and we're also sliding against California. So we have a lot of activity happening. Recently, California, I think it was Bishop, had a 6-point something. And in 2015, Reno had a 4.0. Now, are you all used to earthquakes?
Yes.
Some people are used to earthquakes. You live in California?
Yes.
Yes. When I was in Yellowstone, we had the biggest earthquake we had was a 3.6. I woke up at, I think it was 3 in the morning, and I threw off my covers and I ran for the door. I thought this was it. The volcano's erupting. It wasn't. We don't get a lot of earthquakes around here. Not too big of earthquakes, but that could pick up again. It might not be in our lifetime, but we could start being geologically active again. So after that ocean was here, we had a tropical rainforest, and that's why we have our petrified logs that you see in the park. And then we also had a desert, much like the Sahara Desert. So we had sand dunes that were thousands of feet tall, and they moved in from the Appalachian area. And then that erosion that came from the Muddy Mountains landed on those sand dunes and compressed them and turned them into sandstone rocks that we see today. So when you're driving through the park, have you all been up the White Domes Road yet? Oh, the White Domes Road is my favorite. When you pass Rainbow Vista, you're going to start to see multicolored rocks. The red is the iron oxide, the yellow and tan is the silica, and the purple is the manganese that you'll find in the rocks. Now, has anybody ever been panning for gold? Yeah? Okay. Yes, good. Sometimes I get nobody's panning. I like panning for gold. When you take that debris off the bottom of the river and you have that water in there and you swirl it around like that, do you know what you're doing? You're sifting. And what is the purpose of that?
To select the size.
Yes, to select the size of the particles. So it's particle separation by density. When we had these sand dunes here, we had winds that came in and they blew the sand one way, and then they came back and they blew the sand the other way, and they separated out those particles by density. So when you go up the White Domes Road, you're going to see those striations that are moving through the rocks, and you get just this amazing view. It's amazing what nature makes. I can't believe it. So after those sand dunes were compressed, they were piled down in that debris, and when you look out here, it's kind of hard because the sun is in the lower hemisphere. I'm trying to get a good view of it. But you'll see that there's some red rock out there by the Muddy Mountains, and it looks like you could just walk up to it and brush away that debris, and you'd find that red rock underneath that debris. And sure enough, you will. A great example is up at the Fireway. When you look out towards the Rock of Gibraltar, there's another mesa up there, and you'll see that debris on top of that mesa. That's all conglomerate, so it's made up of different types of material, and it compressed those rocks, and some of it is still there today, but it's eroding away. So eventually, all of this will change. We may not see it in our lifetime, but it's pretty neat to think about. All right, so now we're going to fast forward. We're going to jump ahead in time to talk about the human